Well, I hope that I am quite good to go at this point, so let me double check. So, are we fine now? Are we recording? Yep, I guess so, we're recording, so that should be good. Right, hello guys, and welcome. This is We Heart Radio 3, and finally, I guess some good amount of time passed so I can get back myself with some of the Alvin Tey games. Of course, the rules are always simple. Infinite Isle. But this time there is a little bit difference. I think Alvin decided to seriously crank up a difficulty. I don't want to mention or insult any of his opponents before, but now this is Green Owl playing as purple allies. So I don't know if Alvin knows this or doesn't know because Green Owl is not playing on an alternative account. But, well, this is a real deal opponent for yourself. So hopefully this practice of yours is going to pay off. Now Burstron is on the field. I think it wants to latch itself on the polo, but well, Green Alert is not going to let that happen, I guess. And oh no, it's on a real tail. So I can now go back a turn. Okay, base of 300 credits. So we're going to see here Dojo Core. Okay, he's being deployed here, so I think he is waiting Renother to at least lose track of it, but now the two indicators already here. In the case of the third comes, this Dojo Core can be sniped, so it will be quite a waste. Right, engineers out. Force fire on the oil rig, I guess. But now two of the bombs are being dropped, so that's more than damage. I mean, should be good to it. Wait, what? Another engineer. So did you really bought yourself time by like healing this oil rig manually so that so that you could buy yourself time with the Vindicators dropping a bomb here? After all, it's not mine, it's just Green Alder's oil rig. Also, Collector is not being escorted next to this Defender core. Not that it would do anything, but oh, wait a second. Dude. Are you really just going for 3 refinery opening against this kind of caliber of a guy who plays Soviets in a high level, also plays the game in a high level in general? So I think that's a bit severely underestimating, or you don't really know who you are playing against. Now 3 Vindicators. I think this Collector is going to short-lived. Alvin, move it away. Okay, so wait. Did Alvin really prematurely built this ore collector in case he realized that he's going to lose it anyways? So the moment that Green Alert take it down, the new one just gets back to work. If that's so, Alvin has some really good future side abilities, but again, it's a bit short lacking because he let the splash damage take chunk of half of the HP to refiner already. So that's not very proactive of him. Also, this Imperial Warrior prevents to block the path of this refiner here. But still, okay, Mecha Bay is being deployed. But again, I mean, for example, if you could deploy it over here, that will give you some time for the early game. I was probably scouting here. That will give you some time on the ground. But yeah, surely, I mean, a Cryo or Blast will definitely tear down here. But again, on the late game, I don't think there's much of a chance if you're playing as Empire. Now, oh, that's a 5 indicators. I think that is more than enough to snipe a 1 collector. So Alvin, move it away from the refiner this time, please. So do not take extra unnecessary damage. Alvin, ooh, oh, right. That was either a split second of Alvin realizing it, or that was done deliberately. But of course, he's not building a new collector in exact moment that it will lose a collector. And also, Alvin just lost 2 collectors already, and Green Alert is just chilling with 3. So, I mean, so what's the point of getting a 3 refinery opening then if you're going to lose the 2 of them already? Now MCV is unpacked and going on the top for 4th refinery. I'm sure, dude, at this point you just need to get 99 Tengus. Because this guy just got himself a 2nd airfield, and I think this will be another airfield. We will see to it. Now these tank passes try to deal some damage to prospectors, but well, oh. Alright, 3rd airfield. So this is going to be an air lockdown for allies. Or let's say allies cheese of air, or like the good old strategy of like getting 15 Vindicators and snipe every building on site. I don't know. But now 2 Defender VXs and 6 Tengus. You will definitely need more than that. I mean, there are 6 Vindicators. That is fat, I have to say. I wonder if Alvin is going to get himself an advanced circuit pods. You will definitely need this. I mean, at least they will make your Defender VXs much more useful. Now, unfortunately, refinery is down, and Alvin not even bothering with selling the refinery. It was doomed anyways. And Imperial Docks. I'm afraid this... Okay, this is a Yari Minus of Israel, but dude, he's not even expanding on the seas. He's on the land for the 3rd refinery. It will take so much of his time to move either MCV or send a prospector over here to expand. So this... Surely you're blocking him getting a 4th refinery, but... Is that the best thing you can do at this dire situation? My point defenses are on, so okay, we get to see a dogfight. So one Tengu actually moved away and sniped one Polo. That's actually very nice. And Alvin is trying to move one of the center fold of the Tengu to back so lure all of the Polos. But this is Green Outlet. I mean, you can't just trick him with just simple move. So he's ever watchful. And even if he loses the Polo, remember that he has 3 airfields. So that simply lets him to build or replenish his Apollos in 3 times that you could do with your Tengus. I mean, that's unfortunate, but you get to have a Tengu in like 8 seconds or 10 seconds. Let me double check with that. Like 10 seconds. And an Apollo, 10 seconds. But he has 3 airfields. But you have only 1 Mecha Bay. On top of that, 1 Apollo can always take down a Tengu. So you are not in having the best advantage here, unfortunately. Now, Dojo Core is going for the neutral building observation post here, so that's not that bad. Alvin is trying to protect his buildings, but against sheer amount of Apollos, that is low power. Oh no, that's a terrible. Alvin, you need to use Defender VXs. Oh no. Now, Apollos have arrived, and Alvin is actually panicking out. This instant generator is now frozen. Unfortunately, this will be a lockdown for the Defender cores, and now Tengus have been, survived the onslaught. Oh, dude. This guy just single-handedly locked the Alvin into eternally low power mode for, let's say, a long time of this game. The only solace is that he has 3 refineries, so that's something. Also, dude, can you please sell your Imperial Docks? It's not serving nothing here. Okay, so I am afraid this is going to be a super weapons rolling. Could you just be a good sport and just, send your Vindicators over here, take this refinery, and then here to take this refinery, and then take the Mecha Bay, and then take the refinery. Like, there is... I don't think at this point Alvin could recover. Green Outlet is literally letting Alvin to recover. He wants him to quit, I guess. We will see to it, but... Yeah, from the looks of it, exactly, he is not letting him play the game, unfortunately. Too bad, Alvin. But there you have the observation post, so you have the extra side. Now, either you can take down the oil derrick or the refinery, but I think refinery would be a much more better option. If Alvin... Okay, nice sell at least, 550 credits back on the bank. A little bit... Right, what? How did this collector get in here? And why a collector is here? It's like flipping back on the harvester mode. It's chasing this prospector. Oh no. Well. Well, at least you were trying. But in one more Vindicator, unfortunately, you take the L. There you go. Oh, he's still alive. Chronosphere is online, so I think this... we are going to see... We're going to see a Proton Collider very soon enough. We have Peacekeeper over here. Alvin, you have sent this Yari, and the moment that it could be useful, you just let it go, and it's now targeted with a cryo shot, and now the Vindicator is off to finish the job. There you go. So refinery is on. So why did you do that investment if you are not going to use it by anyways? Oh, another collector has been sent, but now dead. I have civilian going top. Alright, good amount of like VXs, but I think with advanced rocket pods they could do what?
Make a tango, let's go!
Okay, so okay, what? Okay, get Dude, man, why are you getting fortified fleet as if you're
Make a
going to
tango.
get
Let's
any
go.
Yaris or anything? You definitely need advanced rocket pods and pray that green alert Apollos will overlap with each other so they can suffer splash damage. Oh, come on. I know his CC expansion is going to suffer as well. Alright, dropping the bombs in installments so Alvin can't even benefit from full sale price, also losing the observation post over here. Now 1.5 minutes left for the chronosphere, so Alvin, are you going to cook or not? Hopefully I think he can cook something because entire army is just on the air. If he could swarm with the infantry, that would be a little bit better. But the problem is I don't think Alvin can support multiple dojo cores or just supply an army. The good thing is he has his Imperial Dogs still alive, so that's something. 1 minute left on the chronosphere, so soon your VXs are going to die for nothing. Also, what's this? Okay, he is feeling so secure he is going to expand it over here as well. So what is this Prospector doing right away? Point defense runs are replenished. Also, another refinery, another misfortune. Now Alvin, yeah, Alvin is just, I think... Now, Spectre Tower is online and Cryo Shot has been used as well. I think Green Alert is not even bothering himself to get him for Cryo Blast. Now Spectre Tower is just sniping one by one all of these Striker VXs. Or no, he's actually auto-targeting these. What? Ah, come on. That was too close for the engineer. Okay, low power, that's nice, but, well, you're going to lose everything. Alright, at least this Striker VX is now on the feed and I can deal some damage. That's actually nice. And sniping down one Apollo before dying. Did he sell the MCV? Yeah, he also sold the MCV. So, yeah, infantry is being pulled. But, well, there are so many indicators. Alright, multi-gunner turrets is online. Alvin, you get to target this one, actually. Right, multi-gunner turret is now off. Okay, so that's how to just fend away your attackers by the chronosphere. Now, I don't think Green Alert is even bothering himself with bomb micro to take down this infantry. He just said it. He knows that the source is a barracks, and the moment that he takes down the barracks, it will be fine. Also, that's actually very nice of 5 insurgents there. And, well, chronosphere is down, that's nice, but... I mean, he can always replenish it one. Barracks is online, but for some reason, Green Alert is suffering cash problems. He just gets Vindicators and Apollos and haven't building any kind of sort of unit for like maybe 5 or 10 minutes. So I don't know how he doesn't have cash. It's quite interesting and mystery for me. But at least he prevented Barracks sell to multi-gunner threat to get a infantry shredder multi-gunner threat. So that's a victory. But now Spectre Tower is online, so I don't think any of these infantry can pass it for a very long time. And now Dojo Core is exposed. So I think... Oh, new refinery. So Alvin... Okay, so that... I can't blame you. But going for three refinery opening is just... I don't know. Something that you shouldn't really do against a player in this caliber for real. But anyway, let's go. As we have more games, let's enjoy the second one, shall we? Remember, guys, this is Alvin Tey series. So the rules are very simple. It's always on Infinity Isle, and Infinity Isle it shall be. Now, once again, places are just fixed. Only difference is Alvin, I think he now goes with the red color. Hopefully it will bring him better luck and better charm in this game. So let's see how is he going to do. I hope from the previous game he learned something, because right now Green Alert is not going to do the exactly same thing. Now, this is a barracks opening, so we are not going to see very quick airfield or like allies air shenanigans or anything. But from the looks of it, Alvin will stick on the same exact thing he did on the previous game. Hopefully, he will not go for 3 refineries, but instead, he maybe do some infantry push, or maybe Mecha Tengu and then carefully playing with his I'm sorry, you get a Mecha Bay and then carefully playing with his Mecha Tengus. That's something, but well, this is not an idle player. I mean, Green Island is now taking down his garrisons that can easily just cleansed and occupied by the Imperial Warriors. Okay, so I know what is this. This is a rip job. And another strategy to shut down Empire very quickly. Now, Burst Drone, unlike the previous game, has a better chances of survival. And what we see here, once again a belated Mecha Bay. Oh no! Please don't tell me that you're going to get you're not going to get a third refinery, please. Please. Okay. Thank God it's Mecha Bay. Now, ooh, so 2 Riptides are already out, and I heavily believe... Okay, this one is loaded with Jaws, another one is Peacekeepers. I think this is quite GG for the... I think this is GG for him. I don't think Alvin has the means to stop this on track. At least you spot it, so that's something. Better than taking it by surprise, and also getting this oil that could only work in a game like that before. Now, nice amount of infantry, but again, Riptides... I mean, this Riptide actually has potency to at least take down these tank busters. The rest is not going to be mystery. I mean, Riptides can easily just bob and weave and take down the infantry. Now, Tango is also joining the ranks, but now dangerously close into the Vindicator. The Javelins can eject anytime, and eject they shall be. And this Tango snipe, at least it just landed on the Prospector and does some suicide damage. But again, short victory if you ask me, and all of these valuable tank busters are just dead already. So are you going to lose all of your units just for an oil derrick? So because that is what you're looking to do, and even I think you're not going to succeed in this mission. All of your infantry just die for nothing, so congratulations. In the meantime, 3 Tengus are now skying, diving in the skies, but well, I mean, first airfield is online already, so that is basically mean Green Island is going to supply himself with a fat Apollo on the skies, and now 3rd refinery is online as well. So I was seriously very committed on taking down his oil rig. I mean, bear yourself that in the previous game, the reason that you couldn't keep up was not oil derrick. Now the good thing is this is loaded with Peacekeepers, so is he going to... Okay, Peacekeepers are out, but I think they are healthy enough to clean out this garrison. Yep. They did, but I mean, they can't really take it. I think I would rather deal damage to this Mecha Bay for deal or this. Okay, Oil Derrick is now taking damage. Ray, Oil Derrick is down. So congrats, Alvin. I think that accomplishment will mean a lot for you. Now 2 Apollos already, no Defender VX or anything, so that will. Okay, 3rd Apollo already. How is that happening, by the way? Okay, so he just got himself 1 Vindicator only. Now, Tengus are on the sky and some dogfighting are happening, but it's not very playing in favor of Alvin. I mean, he lost 1 more Tengu, and now, unfortunately, there are still 3 Tengus. I'm sorry, 3 Apollos on the skies. 4th is not being built, and Alvin just can't feed his army. Unfortunately, also this Riptide is just menacing over here. If you look at over here, like it just looks like it's on the top of the cliff. Over this perspective, it's not. Now, that's actually a good move, but I think Green Island will realize that you're hiding your Tengus. And yep, at this point, leaving them. Are you going to once again go for Chronosphere and then Proton Collider? Because, I mean, you don't have that much of a lockdown unlike the previous game. And these Tengus can actually deal some pot damage over here, but I think over this angle it could be okay, they could do it. So time to deploy. In the meantime, this Riptide is absolutely not joining on the combat. Okay, finally he's joining on combat, realizing that Tengus are here. So he can just arrange his javelins to take down the entire infrastructure over here. And whoa, this Prospector is just going over here. Well, taking down the power plant is something, but Chronosphere is built online already like 15 seconds ago. So using your point defense drones on 3 Tengus. Fine. And not building anything. Okay, nice. You get yourself a 3rd refinery only to be targeted by the javelins and get destroyed. Alright, you get yourself a Tengu. Alright, in a split second. I think at this point I will just commission my collector to join in the fight. Okay, 2 Tengus, better than 1 for sure, but the one is already half HP, so Javas can actually snipe it down, just like as we see here, not even bothering to move next to it, so deal extra damage. Now, mission is partially success. Wait, did this Vindicator gain a rank up just by taking down a point defense drones, or were there a Tengu taken down? I am unsure. A Proton Collider is also on as well, and oh, all right, at least at the very. Okay, so that's actually let's sell the refinery. Come on, walls are being built. That's something. It's not okay. I mean, it just prevented the path, but just send a Vindicator and it's going to be end. And also realize that it can be a little bit humiliating for you if you are watching this game, but your opponent is even taking on your C refinery. I mean, he is that much of comfortable, unfortunately. So Alvin is so much dedicated on taking down his refinery, dude. And Tango died for nothing. But, well, at least he has 3 refineries. So that gives him some ample opportunity to make some plays, perhaps. But instead he wants to get observation post. Why did you go for jet mode? I hope this time Alvin did not get that unfortunate. Okay, it's not time yet. I mean, he is even getting this oh my first rather than this one. Maybe he knows that he cannot defend it, or maybe he can hold it as a multi-gun. I mean, at this point with this observation post, I think he can see this. Let me see by his view. Yeah, he's seeing what's happening here.
All systems green.
So it's up to him actually. So where is the second? Okay, there's a second airfield. Now VXs are, oh, that's a terrible maneuver. I mean, there are some VXs here that is actually nice, but you will need much more VXs than that. Is this on hold, or Alvin suffering some cache issues? Okay, I guess it's on hold. Also, well, Chronosphere is online, so well, it's a bit solace. Only 1 VX got caught. But how many Vindicators did you take? Unfortunately, 0. Peacekeepers are being deployed. And I wonder if if Greenout really needed to move over here. You just already have 1 refinery spot. Now you granted yourself 2. But there's absolutely nothing prevented you from like getting yourself a prospector over here. Now MCV sell, but you lost a Dojo Core on time. And here's the thing, observation post is already captured, so at this point, maybe at least invest in a southern transport, you know. Even so, I mean, I don't think you can capture anything here. But you know, maybe you can somehow, like with shield, like you can sneak it over here and force sell on this Proton Collider or like Chronosphere. You get yourself a time reset. Also now this oil derrick is not dead oil derrick. Out of every unit, I don't think Tsunami Tank is what you actually needed. And these Peacekeepers can actually hold on as long as they wish to. Cryo Shot has been used. VXs are not in the best position, unfortunately. They are directly going for these, not to say tank busters, but a scatter move. And this engineer is just surviving and coming around. Alright, so VX is taken down. 2 VXs, 3 VXs are already down. Entire capacity is now severely reduced. And congratulations, Alvin, you get yourself a power plant. And like again, are you going to get the MCV? I don't know, but at least crush this. Okay. So more units are being decimated, unfortunately, and we are making a run at this point. But again, the moment that these Vindicators make a bombing run, I don't think it will be over very soon. Now VXs are completely down, but well, we get Wait a second. Protocol Collider has been sold. And one of the airfield is down, so that's something. But all of these Vindicators are on the airfield. I'm sorry, airbase. So they get the replenishments. The only good thing right now is that preventing these Vindicators getting rearmed. And that is how you do it. But I think he is getting himself an airbase already. Yeah, there it is. So surely you will pack some punch over here. Let's see how is it going to work. Well, it's working actually a bit nice. But, well, Alvin, you know that I'm sure he has lots of money to build himself a new army. Also, 40 seconds on the chronosphere, that's actually way too low. I wouldn't even try to sell this one as well. Problem is he's on a low power, but well, he's airfield. I mean, his production is now off. Now, unfortunately, this Tango just clipped immediately. Now, there's only 2 tsunami tanks over here. So it's targeting the Vindicator. That's actually nice. Alright, green on it. You can actually just glide them over here. Oh, okay, 1 Vindicator is down. Cryoblast has been used on the airfield itself. I think this... Okay, it's not going to freeze. That's nice. Well, this tsunami tank gets himself an veterancy. That is something. But I think you should definitely get this power plant. No, don't move that close. Yeah, that's fine. Now, new airfield, new problems, I guess. Okay, another multi-gunner threat, but I think that may... Okay, Chronosphere was also sold. A bit anticlimactic. Okay, new power plant is being replenished immediately, but please move them next to here. So, I mean, he will get a Vindicator one way or another. Whoa, that's a lots of VXs. Is Alvin going to make this game? I mean, he... Why? What? Why are you going back? Why are you going... You can actually deal damage to this refinery. Okay, he wants to take down over here. That's reasonable. But don't you think that you should definitely move your VXs over here as well? So this Prospector is now being deployed, but I think what you should be after are the power plants as well. How much power does he have? I mean, he is almost in the power level. In the meantime, Alvin... Okay. I think if you get advanced rocket pods, you will still get the upgrade. Okay, 2 airfields. That is once again nice. And a power plant is being sold. Now, okay, so Prospector is also... I mean, Command is also sold as well. Oh no. Oh no. Well, from the looks of the green now, it has been cooking for a very long time. So, I think that's the game. The moment that he gets himself on hydrofoil, this game will be over. Now, taking down power plants, again, nice move. Oh, this is a very compact base, I have to confess. But I don't think you can inflict a low power to this guy at this point. I don't know, how much cash does he have? 7,000 of cash, come on, man.
VX, all systems green.
I mean, technically speaking, he was not spanning anyway. Alright, you really don't have that much time, trust me. I mean, the moment that he gets hydrofoil, all of your VXs are going to die for nothing. And you are going back. Are you seriously? Ooh, Apollos have arrived already. So, well, good for you that you take down his main base, but are you going to break it over here? You don't have an MCV, so you can't get yourself a naval yard. And now you're... okay, GG. Hydrofoils are out. And all of these armies just making a move over there. But again, like, what are you going to do with them? Also, these tank busters, I wonder if they have reach over here. I think there were some star rank tank busters that can do it. Or they can't. Okay, they can. I'm selling off these refineries, but I mean, come on, dude. I mean, look at over here. You already just harvested, I mean, almost 1/3 of it, so... I mean, in here he's also mining. I mean, half of the ore mine has been depleted and is being used by Green Alert himself. And insult to injury, now we have a Salt Destroyer here, so basically getting here will be much more difficult. Also, Apollos are now clipping everything on the skies again. Okay, VXs have arrived, so this... Oh, come on. Oh, Century Bombers. Alvin, sentry bombers are there. They really didn't see that. Now, he's defunct. His refinery is not working, but even so, his now refinery count is 0. There's only one mecha bay out there. And I think at this point, Green Alley can suicide all of his units to take it down. Tsunami tanks are now chased by the hydrofoils in a very odd fashion. Now moving close to seas, where two... Where are the aircraft carriers? Okay, there are the aircraft carriers. Oh, come on. Are you going to finish him like this? Okay, I think... Yeah. He's going to finish it with a Cryogeddon. Well, at least Alvin proved himself that he cannot be trolled with a super weapon at least in this game. But, well, yeah, better performance than the previous one. I mean, at least you didn't expand. I mean, you didn't go for 3 refinery opening. Come on, man. Now let's see how you fare well in this third game. So let's get into it. So again, yep, of course, how surprising this is, Infinite Isle, guys. So what we see here now, blue allies, which is a nice touch. And once again, I think Alvin realizing that he had more chances by playing as a Red Empire, so he is sticking with that. And Green Alley is starting with the barracks again. I wonder if this is going to be a rip job opening again or something else. I don't know. We will see to it. In the meantime, while Alvin is also going for a very mirror build of what he did in the previous game, I want you to ask you guys, if you're watching at this point, I would like to hear your thoughts about the comments, but what are your thoughts about the remakes of the games? Like, for example, so far so good, we have, of course, a terrible abomination of an example of the Warcraft 3 Reforged, which is a pathetic excuse for a cash grab, if you ask me, because there's no way that you can include all of the deficiencies of your previous game and then make some updated textures or something and slap it onto it and then present it as a new game. That is a bit insulting, if you ask me. Like, so many of the high-end players even consider playing the original game. Just tells how, let's say, incompetent your attempt were. I don't blame them. After all, these were the competitive players, and boy, there are so many competitive players. Like, for example, Grubby and Happy, they are just my best. I mean, I just get sheer excitement of how they focus, and Micro, like, they play and operate on an insane level, and for some obvious reasons, they go for the remakes. But is this going to be it? Like, for example, Red Alert 1 had an overhaul, but I really can't say it was like a very good job, because after all, what we get is like very high definition textures. That is okay, nice, but honestly, they had nothing prevented them getting a 3D models, just like we had in Red Dead 3. So I wonder why didn't they do anything like that, but directly go for the carbon copy of the original game and just updated the textures and such, and that will be all. And also, Alvin finally moving his Tengus next to... He didn't even get us. He didn't have... I wonder... okay, yes. He doesn't even have the honorable discharge purchased. Dude. And this guy mainly plays Empire, by the way. But of course, I can't blame him. I mean, these happen. But I think Alvin just lost the 2 Tengus for nothing, and Riptides are still fully intact. I mean, this is pretty much over for him, because at this point of this game will be snowball into this. Yep. The more bombing, and most valuable tank busters are dying again. I mean, if you cannot afford anti-air, there is no reason for getting tank busters. They are more expensive and die with the one single Vindicator bomb. Meanwhile, at least Imperial Warriors just take, for example, 2 Vindicator bombs, and they are half of the cost of the tank busters. So surely you can swarm your opponent with Imperial Warriors. That would be much more wiser, because it will force him to drop some bombs on it. By getting tank busters, you're just literally making them die for nothing. And also engaging in this very anti-infantry combat zone is not very devised. I mean, for example, javelins are out. Unfortunately, this Imperial Warrior couldn't slash anything onto it, and Alvin still not getting honorable discharge is like questionable. And well, okay, so end of the game of your Tengus. Yep, still no honorable discharge, by the way, guys. I mean, surely if you want, for example, go for a VX rush, or if there is any viable VX rush or anything, yeah, surely you can go for, like, for example, advanced rocket pause start. But when you play Empire, that's something very simple. You always go for the suicide explosives because the amount of insane damage you deal with just one single Tengu. I think if you ask me about any kind of gameplay error, that would be the protocol paths are so fixed. For the most of the time, there is absolutely no reason for picking a different path. For example, when you play Empire, surely... Oh, sorry. Surely you will always go for suicide explosives because point defense drones are just way too good. And if you play allies, obviously you will want to get advanced aeronautics because it's an insane upgrade, and then go for the cryo shot path and get it, because again it has an insane value. And I think the most variety can go for the Soviets, perhaps, because either you will pick the Desert to Delta airstrike route or satellite drop. I do enjoy magnetic satellite, but for that you need the grinder threads, which is very situational. Like, for example, if you get to see your opponent massing some infantry, you can use some hammer tanks to crash the infantry to get yourself extra HP recovery. That is not that bad. But then you get... What was that useless ability? I can't really remember, but toxin something? Like, it just sacrifices your unit to create a toxin when it dies, like sacrificial vehicle or something. I really can't remember, but it was that bad. And for magnetic satellite, it's an interesting protocol power that it actually loses strength if you level up. I mean, for the level 3, yeah, surely you can suck up some 3 or 3 units, but it has an insane activation time, and that is a bit annoying. For example, all of the Soviet protocol powers, there is an insane amount of protocol power reaction time. I think maybe 5 to 10 seconds, perhaps. Like, for example, satellite drop takes maybe 10 seconds. There's also that the airstrike takes maybe 5 to 10 seconds. I don't really count, but they are way too long. And the magnetic satellite on, for example, level 1 and level 2 has some fair activation times, but the level 3 just takes way too long. And I mean, just hope that you can suck at least one unit with that. Or just click on, for example, refiner that your opponent is not focusing on, and pray that it's not going to move to prospector or collector or whatever else it is. And then, for example, suck it up and just use your protocol power for one single collector. That's usually used for allies, or if you get a Desert to Delta airstrike to drop toxins over here, and with a refinery that is not next to repair drones, that may be useful. Also, Alvin is not trying to get inside of the walls, but again, I mean, I don't think it will work him for worthwhile. Anyway, back to remakes. So, unfortunately, the remakes we had is not the best for this series. For example, some of other genres really got very sick titles. For example, if you ask me, one of my best is, I don't know if you played it, but Resident Evil Remake is one of the best out there, uncontested. Also, Resident Evil 2, for example, get an insane overhaul of a game. Of course, it took 17 years. That is something entirely different. But compared with, for example, the god-awful not the Red Dead 3, I'm sorry, Warcraft 3 Reforged, I think that's a lot better. So I wonder if we're going to see at least, for example, Red Dead 2 remake or re4 or whatever else you want to call. But honestly speaking, I really don't want to see a game that has been released and for like 25 years later, I don't want to see isometric 3D pixels of it. Just tire yourself a bit and get yourself a models for real. I mean, that's the proper way of getting yourself a good remake, at least. Otherwise, I also know that, for example, getting it on with like higher resolution textures or anything like that, but that's not really truly one thing. Also, I always love the Mini Tengu, by the way. What did that kill by? Okay, that's by the Peacekeeper, by the way. Anyway, so when you get to it, for example, think about it. Like getting all of these very nice Red Dead 2 or even better Yuri's Revenge units in like very odd, their own brand 3D models, and it has potency. Like, for example, what is preventing you to getting a Rhino tank in 3D model? or maybe a mastermind. And of course, some maybe balance changes, or even better, some more different units. Because if you think about it, the Radar 2 doesn't really have any kind of unit variety. Of course, for example, Soviets have lots of infantry, but come on, I mean, who really uses like crazy Ivan or terrorists or something like that? You
We're under
either get
fire.
conscript, flak troopers, or Tesla troopers, and I mean, that all. And maybe engineers, but do they count? I don't think so. About the allies, I mean, you just use GI and Guardian GI, and that will do like an entire game. For the tanks, I mean, the Soviets have only staple of that's lots of cryocopters, I have to say. Anyway, the Soviets have actually just a Rhino tanks and maybe Airpox. And yeah, sure, you can do some shenanigans with flak track. And then when you get to allies, you honestly have some bunch of very overpowered tanks, but whatever you want to get it will usually move it around the way. Like either you can spam some prism tanks or Mirage tanks that will work for you, and no tanks will come close to you, so that should be good enough. But again, without any kind of changes, I don't think that will work, or will be a huge disappointment. Like maybe the Warcraft 3's. I mean, that will be Warcraft 3 level of disappointment if you ask me. But anyway, so back to the game. As you can see, I mean, I don't really explain that much, but from the minimap perspective, we see how things are a bit very difficult for the Alvin side. How much cash does he have, by the way? I mean, Alvin is suffering. Also, did he go for MCV cell? Yeah, he go for the MCV cell. How you spend your money this much? You are literally sitting on like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 refineries. I'm 6 refineries, I'm sorry. So you should be like gargling credits at this point. Now was a breach, so that should be nice. MCV packing up. Is this a retreat? Alright, so well, Green Alert knows way better than I do, so what else I can say? Okay, so at this point I think he can really afford going for secondary or third MCV. So this is the reactionary angry time for the Green Alert, I guess. Like if you take down my, if you punch a hole over here, I just send yourself some sentry bombers and take it down. Also, sentry bombers easily get a rank up by taking down refiner. But dude, I mean, how is this even possible? Surely they are cheap. They're 2,000 credits, but they can easily take down buildings and easily rank up. That is something that I really don't like about this game, for real. Now another run, and I think another misfortune is going to happen right now. 2 or 3 VX is very humble considering that the explosive power and health that Sentry Bombers have, unfortunately. And oh no. And right now, no more cash anymore for the Alvin. And yep, it also is a reaction generator. Now there's only 2 buildings left, but honestly speaking, this is Green Alert, so he can easily wait for 6 minutes. Wait 6 minutes to get himself a Proton Collider and destroy it. Or wait, his Cryo getting the target over here. Also, why is this? Okay, so the Vindicators are taking up the spots, I guess, so the Sentry Bomber could not repair itself properly. Wow, that was an odd running order. Now, all you need one single Peacekeeper. I think you should be able to have around somewhere. Ah, more VXs joined the fray. That's nice, actually. I think they can await the grip of the cryocopters. Why did I want to say chronocopters? But that would be, could you imagine that how OP would that be? Like chronocopters, like cryo legionnaires, but now on chrono, like these instantaneously sending you erase the time, and they're flying, have high HP. That would be great. Of course, I mean when you think about it, chrono legionnaires are OP as well. Like they can instantaneously teleport around, but they at least have some activation delay. But anyway, that was GG by the Green Alert. Unfortunately, not the best. Not the best we can see from the Alvin Tey. But again, I mean, I support for him because after all, challenging Green Alert for a player on this caliber should not be a very easy experience. So I hope that Alvin Tey learned a lot by these games, and also you guys also learned about the tips as well. At least just don't go for 3 refineries to start, really. But anyway, that was it. So if you like the games or my casting, feel free to leave a replay. So leave a like, and also feel free to write in the comments as well. I like to read them time to time, and also you guys also contribute me to in the manners that you can't imagine. Also, feel free for subscribing as well. I mean, we are counting down for 100, so that would be amazing for me. But until then, peace out, guys.